Hi friends, welcome back to Holistic Health and Homesteading. Today I am going to be making some meatball subs, so let's get to it.
In a large bowl, we are going to combine 1 egg, 2 cloves of garlic, a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, a 1/4 cup of onions, which, by the way, I absolutely love my onion dicer. I highly recommend them. We're also going to add a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and then we're going to mix until it is well combined. Once everything is mixed very well, we are then going to add our 1 pound of ground beef and our 1 pound of ground sausage. We are going to use our hands to mix the seasoning into the meat, making sure that it's well incorporated. We are going to be careful not to overmix. Once the seasoning and the meat is mixed very well, we are going to form meatballs using about 2 tablespoons of the mixture for each meatball. This should end up giving you between 20 to 30 meatballs. Once the meatballs are formed, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil to a large pot, and we're going to heat it over medium-high. Once it's hot, we're going to add about half of the meatballs, and we're going to cook them for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Once they're done on one side, we're going to flip it to the other side to continue cooking for another 1 to 2 minutes until they're browned but not cooked through. Once the meatballs have been browned on both sides, we're going to use a slotted spoon or some tongs to take the meatballs out of the pot and to place them on a plate. We're going to repeat this process until all of the meatballs have been browned, and then we're going to set the plate aside. We're not going to wash our pot. In the same pot where the meatballs were seared, we're going to add 1 diced onion, and we're going to cook it over medium to medium-high heat for about 5 minutes while scraping up any of the brown bits. Once the onions are cooked, we are going to add in about 3 cloves of crushed garlic and cook for about a minute. And then we're going to add in the tomato sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, as well as the tomato paste. And then cook it over medium-high heat for about 1 minute, stirring constantly. Then we are going to pour in a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, stirring that in very well. And then we are going to add in 1 cup of water. Once the sauce is mixed very well, we're going to throw in some more salt and some more pepper. Now we will be nestling the browned meatballs into the sauce, making sure that we are careful not to break them up. While the meatballs are simmering for about 20 to 30 minutes until they're fully cooked, we are going to start on the bread. I am using 2 large loaves of French bread, but you can also use hoagie rolls as well. We will be slicing the buns lengthwise, but making sure that we're not cutting them all the way through. Once the bread is all the way cut, we are going to brush the inside of it with some olive oil. And since my dogs decided to get a hold of my brush, I get to use a spatula. Woohoo! Once the bread is brushed with the olive oil, we are going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder on each of them. And we are going to toast the buns open side up at 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. To assemble the sandwiches, you can either use a few slices of mozzarella on the bottom of the buns. I am using shredded mozzarella since I have a bunch of it. Once we get the mozzarella on our bread, we are then going to spoon some of the sauce from our pot onto each of the slices. Now we will be adding the desired amount of meatballs to each of the sandwiches. Once our sandwiches have been topped with the meatballs, we can either add a few more slices of mozzarella, or we can do the shredded mozzarella as well. Then we're going to melt the cheese by placing the assembled sandwiches back into the oven and cooking them at 400 degrees for a few minutes until it's melted. Once our mozzarella has melted on our sandwiches, we are going to add the Parmesan cheese to the top of it. And there we go. Look how beautiful this looks. And it is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, friends, for tagging along while we made some meatball subs. And if you like this video, please hit a thumbs up. And if you want to get notifications for when I post new videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to do this again with you soon, friends.